So first of all, I'm very grateful that I get to do such a wonderful topic, brain health, 5 pillars of brain health, because not only is it helpful to the audience, it's also helpful to me as a presenter because every time I pick up something new that I can apply in my life. So again, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. So we have some good news, guys. You guys ready for some good news?
Yes.
Yeah.
I see you guys are all excited. Well, you know how we were always told that if you drink too much, you lose brain cells and you'll never get them back? Well, guess what?
You never get
They
it
were
back.
wrong. Because they found actually, research says that regardless of our age, we can reduce the chance of age-related illnesses and optimize our chances of maintaining cognitive health. And so the best part is today I'll cover 5 pillars of brain healthy behavior, which research tells us that if we undertake starting today, regardless of our age, it'll reduce the diseases, the age-related diseases, and optimize our chance of maintaining cognitive health. So that's wonderful news. So how many people watch public television? Public television,
A little bit.
Anybody seen Dr. Daniel Amen? Dr. Dan, he's wonderful, isn't he? Dr. Daniel Amen and his beautiful wife, Taina Amen. Yes. They talk about brain health and they show the scans of people who had concussions and then they got on the 5 pillars sort of habit, and now their brain looks fantastic. Even physically, it looks fantastic. So there is a real possibility of growing our brain. So the experts tell us that only 30% of physical aging can be traced to our genes. The rest, 70%, is up to us. Isn't that fantastic? So without further ado, let's get started on the 5 pillars of brain healthy lifestyle that may predict the maintenance of our cognitive functions. So why is brain health so important these days? Why is it so important? You know, what are some of the reasons we are so concerned about brain health?
We're getting older.
Getting older, yeah, and so now we notice it more. You know, when you start to lose it, you realize, holy cow, we're losing it. But also think about it. Every decision that we make comes from our brain. Okay, and our happiness depends upon the kind of decisions we make. We make bad decisions, we're unhappy. We make good decisions, we're really happy. So if your brain health is good, you're going to make good, solid decisions. And so that's why it's so crucial to be brain healthy. And secondly, we're living longer. How many people know people who are like 80, 90 years old still doing things that, you know, I know a guy named Frank who is 90 years old. He's teaching 2 classes. He is in a band. He broke his leg the other day. And you know what? It didn't stop him. He was still playing in the band. They had to put him in a gurney and bring him to the band, but he was still playing in the band. I was so proud of him. And also, people are working longer. They're rethinking their retirement. You know, everybody's working till like 65, 67. That's the legal age now. But people are working till they're 70, 80 years old, and they're very productive. So brain health is very, very crucial. Also, the skyrocketing cost of healthcare. You know, my mom was in a she was in a rehab center, senior rehab center. We were paying $12,000. Of course, insurance was helping, but $12,000 a month. So you can't afford to be not brain healthy. You know, it's almost a no-brainer to be brain healthy. And also the current brain research shows that we can grow our brain cells throughout our lives and has identified factors of brain healthy lifestyle that can optimize our chance of maintaining cognitive health. So they've outlined these 5 things that you can do that'll help you have a healthier brain. Now again, I'm not a neuroscientist or a doctor, although I may appear that on TV, but so I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to go into details of the brain structure or you know, the neurosciences, but I'm going to tell you some of the ways you can actually grow your brain cells. So are you guys excited about that?
Yes.
All right, so what are the 5 pillars of brain health? What are the 5 pillars? The science tells us that discovering and learning new things helps you grow brain cells. Staying socially connected is very good. Exercising, eating good healthy food, and sleeping and relaxing and reducing stress. Welcome, man. Welcome.
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, so let me ask you this. How many people like learning new things? How many people? Awesome, yeah.
I'm studying quantum mechanics right now.
What mechanics, sir?
Quantum
mechanics. I love
I don't
it.
know how much I'm going to understand.
I'm gonna have to
At least I'll know what I don't know.
I'm going to have to pick your brain because I'm all into that.
Not yet.
Not yet, because I'm always
Just
making
started.
new things and stuff. So the best part about learning new things is, what are some of the ways you guys learn new things? What are some of the things that you guys are learning? Anybody
Take classes.
take classes? What kind of classes are you taking?
Through Ollie has a number of educational classes, both current events, historical things, all kinds of things.
Awesome. I've been wanting to go there because they have some acting classes that I want to take.
Oh.
They have some theater groups and all that, right?
Yep.
I want to take that. That's so awesome.
Well, I
So
volunteer with kids, and I learn
Yeah.
something from them every day.
oh, that's awesome.
When I volunteer at the school, they teach me.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Well, I'm trying to teach
It's
them.
amazing, and you know the best part about the kids is they're so natural and raw.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no lying. There's no
No,
drama.
I don't know that yet.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Busy wigs. So
You
you
may
learn
get a
so
little
much.
drama depending upon the kid. but
Yeah.
Not too much. But yeah, I'm doing that now too.
Yeah.
I love it.
So you can learn by challenging your brain in new ways. You can exercise your brain by playing puzzles. How many people like Sudoku? Sudoku, have you
My
tried Sudoku?
husband does.
Oh, Sudoku is awesome.
I'll get it. Keep going. I'll get it.
Sudoku is awesome. Every time I'm on a plane, I pull out that magazine, and sometimes the Sudoku is filled up, and then I try to trade it with the other person, and then do the Sudoku.
You know, the other thing too,
Taiwanese
people
not
learn
here
from
from
each
8
other
to
in a
7:30.
classroom. You're the one giving the presentation.
Right.
You
And the
learn
temperature
from
control.
You learn
them,
so much from
and
them.
they learn from each other, so.
It's amazing, it's amazing. I was doing a class in Herendon, and this one guy, I was asking people, I said, what are some of the things that make you happy?
Yeah.
And so everybody said different things, music, dancing, and all that. This one guy goes, sleep! And then he started snoring again.
Oh, no. Just coming up
And
to
since
surface.
then, I love sleeping. It's amazing how somebody will give you a pointer and then you just catch on to it. So yes, it's amazing how by teaching a class, you learn so much more by teaching. So that's wonderful. Now, some of the things that you can do are taking a class or teaching a class, learning a new language. How many people are learning new languages? Anybody learning new language? What are you
Music.
learning? Oh, that's a language. That's a beautiful language. In fact, they
It's on my
showed,
to-do list.
there was this one
An
guy.
infinite to-do list.
I saw this movie where there was this one guy who started really badly when he spoke, but when he sang,
Yeah.
so the poor guy spent his whole life singing, and he became a beautiful singer. There's a movie about that,
Yeah.
So, and I've seen people who have Alzheimer's and the Parkinson's, and they're like this, but when they play table tennis, they're perfect.
Yeah.
So so it's amazing how you can.
Yeah.
So playing a music is very, very musical instrument is very good. How about complex arts and crafts? Anybody does any painting? Anything? No, it's really therapeutic. There's so many
My
ways.
dad
You
was
can,
an artist, but no talent here.
there's so many ways.
But
You
when
can,
you ask a bigger audience,
Yeah, you're gonna get.
always
Get
You're gonna get the whole
hands
gamut.
go up.
Yeah.
It's amazing
Exactly.
some of the
Yeah.
responses I've gotten when I've asked that
Right.
question.
Oh yeah.
About doing complex things.
Right.
I didn't even
Yeah,
know
you've
some
done
of
a lot
these
of these,
existed.
yeah.
right, and it's amazing. Yeah, another thing somebody told me was singing along with music, like karaoke, is wonderful because when you're listening to music, your brain can still be worried about some other stuff, the thoughts that don't go away. But when you start singing, they're gone because you cannot sing along and think about those nasty thoughts in your head anymore.
I do it in the car all the time.
Exactly.
I've
yeah.
learned to harmonize.
Right.
With all those people
Right.
in the car with you, and there's only one
Just
person
ask the
in
audience.
car?
Yeah. So discovering and learning new things is one of the best ways to grow your brain, and I would encourage you to keep doing that as much as possible. The second one is connect with other people. How many people are social bugs? I'm a social bug.
Yeah.
I love people. I
Glad
love
to
people.
hear.
I don't mind being alone, but I love people. It's so much fun. You learn so much from each other. In fact, the key predictor of our cognitive health is how social you are. The more social you are, the more cognitive and the more brain healthy you're going to stay for the rest of your life. In fact, if you see older people who are very healthy, are usually smiling and hugging people. Sometimes they get in trouble, but yeah. And so they say to avoid isolation and also enjoy the companionship of a pet. How many people have a pet? No pets? I love. You know what? My wife wanted a dog, and I wouldn't let her have it because we had carpets in our house. We had white carpet. So I'm like, no, you're not having a dog. So finally, I said, let's get rid of the carpet, and we put wood floors throughout the whole house. I said, now you can have a dog. And you know what? What a blessing is to have a dog. Who says you can't buy love?
And now you're second fiddle in the
Oh my
family.
God! Well, I'm exactly. But I mean, you buy this dog for $1,000 and you fall in love with it, and now you're willing to spend $500,000 to save the dog. It's amazing.
I told my neighbor Donna, I said I avoid trying to be responsible for sentient beings. She said, including yourself.
So, what are some of the ways we can stay socially connected? What are some of the ways we can engage and socially?
Oh, you volunteer
Here we
for
are.
AARP?
Yeah.
AARP, and like if you don't want to volunteer for AARP, there's a lot of meetup groups.
Yeah.
A lot
All
of meetup
kinds.
groups that share your interests because you wanna connect with people who are like-minded people. So there's so many things. All you have to do is have a hobby.
Or taking the classes that you were talking
Exactly.
about.
Taking
Yeah.
a class. They have join a walking club.
Walking.
Going to church dinners, consider getting a pet or volunteer. Now I have a ping pong group that I run, and that's a great way. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. But yes, staying socially connected is one of the best ways
Sure.
to be happy and not to have these relentless thoughts bothering you. Okay, so those are the second pillar. Now let's go to the third pillar. The third pillar is exercise. How many people like to exercise? Be honest. You like to exercise?
No, like to or
walk.
do it.
You
I
do
walk.
exercise.
Yeah, I like it.
walk.
I like
You
it.
walk, yeah.
Yeah.
My trick is to make the exercise fun. You got to make it fun, otherwise you won't do it. If it's like a
Yeah.
punishment,
Oh, yeah.
then you won't do it. Now,
Right.
how have you made it fun? Have you guys made your exercise fun in any way?
Yeah, I do a number of different things.
Good.
One, when I get a chance, I go to the Y, or not the Y, I'm not a member there anymore, but I go to a gym and work with weights, and I
Right.
try to, when I'm not joking around with the other members, I try to make it like a meditative thing.
Beautiful.
Like really be mindful and present, and not have the mind going all over there.
Exactly.
But focus on what my muscles are doing.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Invoke all
And
the
I find that
five.
fun.
Invoke
Yeah.
all your five senses in here and now, and start enjoying it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I work on cardiovascular stuff too.
Beautiful.
And then I'll often I have 3 machines.
A lot
in
of
my
times, if you take a
bedroom.
class,
And
there's
this is-
always more ladies in the class, so that makes it interesting, So you can
No,
always.
I'm not in the market right now. But yeah. I appreciate that. Who knows?
You mean you're not the one standing at the back of the room anymore?
I got it. I'm sorry with my stories.
No, it's okay. So
So-
listen,
so-
as long as you're
later.
doing 30 minutes a day and it adds up to 150 minutes a
Yeah.
week,
Good.
you're good.
Yeah.
Because you do need that for your digestive system, for all kinds of stuff. Welcome, man. Welcome. Thank you. Come on
Oh,
in.
hey, here she comes.
Sorry for the interruption.
No, no.
That's okay. We
Not
like
your fault. It's her
interruptions.
fault. We'll blame her.
Please have a seat.
Yeah, have a seat, Bernice.
Have a seat so you can look me in the eye. I know-
Or you can sit right here while
Evidently,
she
I'm
can
being
look
told
you
I
in
need to
here.
sit over.
Oh, oh.
And she does it, she's told, right?
Sorry. There we go.
And get beat up in the process.
Well, you came at the right time. We're talking about the exercise.
I apologize. I assumed that it was just you and him that were invited to this. I'm sorry.
Oh,
No, my email said everybody for Paul's presentation.
but Paul is doing a great
For
job.
travel.
Yeah.
Have a
It's
seat,
problem.
man. Have a seat.
Yeah.
We'll incorporate you right in.
Just relax, Bernice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the third pillar is exercise.
Look. I know her look.
And you've been exercising.
Exercising a smile. Yeah, we're gonna make sure you exercise
That's where
a
he's at
smile.
right now.
Okay, so now what does exercise do for us? The research suggests that exercise will repair and protect the chemicals in the brain, which is
Yeah.
very crucial, and also increase circulation, which is very crucial. I've noticed that a lot. Like when I don't exercise, when I go on vacation for 5-6 days and I've been drinking and not exercising, and then I come back and I have more energy because I'm exercising and all that. So it's awesome, and it reduces anxiety and it improves sleep. Exercise has all kinds of benefits, like diabetes. It'll reduce the risk of diabetes, heart disease, depression, and stroke, which are some of the major problems for seniors. So again, exercise is one of the major pillars that we need to incorporate in our life. All right, going on to the next one is, actually before I do that, how many people have a unique exercise ways that they do that is unusual than most other people? Anybody?
This is where you're going to get so many different
Yeah.
answers. It is amazing.
But I want that.
Yes, you
I
do.
want that because I want to
they'll
go that
talk
in my
about
life.
Tai Chi. They'll talk about different
Yeah,
ways.
Right.
Someone will say, I still run 8 miles a day. Or
Right.
walk.
Okay.
You'll get so many different, but then, they go do all those things.
Right.
So,
Well, here are some of the ways you can exercise, you can walk, you can dance. Now, dancing is fun.
yeah.
Dancing.
Dancing is fun. Dancing does two things. One is that you're getting the exercise, and second, you're getting the learning something. Because when you're watching the steps, when you're picking up the steps, it's learning. And third, your social engagement. Okay.
I was at a ballroom dancing gala last night.
Oh, really?
Last night.
And
Ballroom.
the one lady came up to me and she says, "Oh, I'm 71." She burned up
Amazing.
the
Wow.
dance floor. I
Oh,
mean,
Oh, yeah.
and then the people. You're right. The social.
Well, it's amazing. Dancing is such an awesome little thing.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one is nourish your brain. Eating a brain healthy
Mhm.
diet. How many people watch some kind of a diet or some kind of a regimen for themselves?
Yeah.
Try.
Yeah,
right,
pretty much,
right.
yeah.
So what
These
you eat
things-
is the best medicine. You know, you can cure 99.9% diseases just by eating properly. It's amazing how you can do that. And what are some of the ways you guys treat yourself well? How do you like? I love salmon. Like if I go to a restaurant, I'll see if I can get any fish, and if I can have fish, great. you
Well, I
know.
stay away from fried food as much as
Yeah,
possible.
beautiful.
I do love fried chicken, but of course, it's like more of a gift for me, for my wife and I. If we've done good, we'll treat ourselves to a
Beautiful.
good chicken
Beautiful.
fried dinner.
I'm a vegetarian in progress.
You're vegetarian, Roger?
Progress.
You know, more and more people are becoming vegans and vegetarians. I see a lot of merit in that because anytime you eat a big steak or some meat, it stays in your system for like 3-4 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's
Yes.
blocking the rest of the stuff too. So it's like, you know, it's like a little rush hour, you know, in your body, and you don't want that little clutter in your body. So, you know, as
My
long as you
girlfriend's
eat
a vegan in progress, so
oh, vegan
when
is
she cooks, I eat healthy. You know.
heavy duty vegetarianism. So again,
my science is not
here are
very
some of the
good.
things you can
Vegetarian,
do to nourish your brain, which is eat fish and seafood,
I do that.
nuts. How many people eat nuts? You know, I found if you buy a can of nuts from Costco,
Yeah.
and keep it in your car, and that way when you're stuck in rush hour or if there's a snowstorm, you got something to eat, and you always have water, so you got yourself a nice meal.
You got a meal.
You
Always
know?
have water. There's a point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hydrate.
Whatever
You know,
are, yeah.
and then beans are wonderful. Whole grains, vegetables,
Yeah, got it.
olive oil. Now, olive oil they say is very good, except you can't cook with it because it
No?
has a very low.
Really?
Hot,
It's not like peanut.
It's
oil.
not like peanut or coconut oil. Coconut oil has a very high boiling point or some kind of a point. You might want to research on that. Yeah, but olive oil is very good if you just eat it raw.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Now,
again,
one thing there, my wife does cook with olive oil,
I do.
Mhm.
I do
and
too.
it really comes out good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
you might want to check the there's a boiling point, not a boiling, but like some kind of a point. Like you can only heat it so much.
Correct.
Right.
She doesn't put too much in it, just a
Right.
little bit where the vegetables are.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you're
this
talking
is
about the temperature that.
Yes.
They,
At which point it breaks
Yeah.
down and starts becoming toxic.
Oh,
Right.
Toxic.
Yes, you might want to check on that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, rats.
Yes,
Let it
yes.
off.
Who
Um,
knew?
Oh,
Yeah. So you know, again, it's good to research that. Don't take my word for it. As I said, I'm not a neuroscientist. Okay, so some of the foods that are brain healthy are like kale, spinach, broccoli. I love those, even though they don't taste that great. But I've learned to like them. You know,
Yeah.
kind of like beer. I figured if I can like beer, I can like anything. You know, salmon and sardines, walnuts and almonds.
Sorry.
Do you, yeah. Too salty sometimes. Too much sodium.
I guess it's because when I was a kid, my grandfather used to.
Yeah.
I don't like sardines. I've had sardines
I like 'em.
100 different
Anytime-
ways, and I
And I
cannot
just
do that.
cannot.
Anytime
It's
you're
just like
forced to
liver,
do
I
something,
cannot
you're
do
going to
it.
have a resistance against it. So
This
that's-
is what's going to happen when people are going to start talking about everything.
Yeah.
Right, right.
So you,
Sure.
know,
No,
you
that's
gotta
fine.
keep track of the clock.
Right,
you know?
right,
Okay.
So again, you know, some of the antioxidant-rich foods such as blueberries, coffee, green tea, and dark chocolate. I love dark chocolate. How many people like dark chocolate? Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So see, the best part is that eating healthy
In
food doesn't have to
moderation.
be unpleasant. It can be a pleasant experience, you know, if you know how to
Yeah.
cook well. Okay, and finally, my favorite, relaxation and sleep. How many people are getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night? 6 to
Yeah,
8?
closer to
Six,
six.
closer to 6, yeah?
5.
And you know the best part is, a lot of times we lay in bed and go, oh God, please put me to sleep. I can sleep. I can't sleep. I can't sleep. And that creates anxiety. But if you just think about it, even when you're laying down horizontally, you're taking the pressure off of your spine, your spinal
Oh, that's
cord,
true.
and your body's resting, your joints are resting, and that's giving you that relaxation and that recharge that your body needs. So when you take that pressure off of your head and see that you're still getting something out of it just by laying here, you will fall asleep better.
Ceiling times. My son just bought me one of those machines.
Such
The
as
white noise.
The white noise
Oh, yeah.
and the right.
Wow.
But believe it or not,
Have you
the
tried
one
it?
that works well for me is the crackling fire.
Crackling
Oh.
fire.
oh wow,
That
Rather than
sounds
the
nice.
really?
Yeah, the crackling fire.
You know
Yeah.
why? Because that's the fireplace, that
Yeah.
coziness that
Some
you get.
comfort, brings you
Wow.
comfort.
And I can
yeah.
visualize that.
Right.
And if you have water going, then you have to get
Yeah.
up 2 minutes.
So what are some of the ways that we can maintain a good sleep? You know, first is maintaining regular sleep interval. You know, going to sleep at the same time. How many people go to sleep at the same time?
I try to.
Pretty
I
much,
try to,
yeah.
I do it except for Saturdays,
Try to.
Fridays and Saturdays when I go to a party. Then I go to sleep at 1:00. But otherwise, yes, and that really helps. Caffeine. How many people drink caffeine after 6:00? No?
Nothing will keep me awake.
I was at Starbucks at 9:00 at night Monday, just walking past, and there was a line over there. So I'm like, wow, you know, these guys don't realize that you won't be able to fall asleep. So I go up to one of the guys at the line. I said, hey, don't you know that you won't be able to sleep at night if you drink coffee this late? He says, sir, I work nights.
Mind your own business.
I learned my lesson. I said, you know what?
Whether he's just starting
I'm
out
going to
for
keep
the
my
day.
mouth shut.
That's why they're open at 5.
And one thing on sleep, which I stress at this point to people, is studies have shown that you cannot catch up on sleep.
Really?
Right.
No.
Sleep deficit cannot be fixed?
No, it cannot be
Cannot
fixed.
balance
So that's
that
why
budget.
they say try to go to sleep on or about the same time and get up
That's
on
it.
or about the same time. So the people, when I was working, I'll sleep till 10 o'clock on a Saturday or 11 o'clock till Sunday. It still leaves you actually more exhausted.
Wow.
And studies have shown you cannot make up sleep.
Okay.
Is
Okay.
Okay, so you wanna stay current. You wanna stay on cash basis with your sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Good way to
All right. So some of the ways you can sleep better is exercising early. You know, I used to have a hard time falling asleep. That's because I would play tennis at 10 o'clock at
Oh,
night because that's the only time I could get court,
Yeah.
and I couldn't sleep.
Couldn't
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah.
And so I started playing earlier, and I was sleeping like a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so meditate, practice Tai Chi, and also laugh and smile. How many
Yeah.
people like to laugh and smile?
Oh, yeah. I think you
All right. Well,
picked up
those are
on
the
that
5
already.
pillars, of brain health. Now, for sleep better and reduce stress, they say to sleep 7 to 8 hours. Avoid TV prior to sleeping. That's a big thing. Because TV has so much. TV is trying to entertain you, stimulate you, so that they can keep you interested.
MSNBC get
Exactly,
mad.
and you
Yeah.
start listening about Trump or something, and next thing you know, you can't fall asleep. But here's what I've learned.
Okay, don't say that about
I won't.
Trump. In the,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
people.
I've
Yeah.
learned. I've
I
learned.
shouldn't have brought up.
I've learned
That's
that
okay.
not to watch news. If you want to watch TV, if you have I have a habit of watching TV before I go to sleep, but I watch YouTube.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
YouTube programs are kind of boring.
Yeah.
There's no background music. They don't stimulate you. So you go, oh god.
Now, I didn't get a good night's sleep because I was watching the football game.
Okay,
Yeah.
see, that'll do it.
Really exciting
You
football
watched the
game.
Steelers game last night?
Yes,
All
that's
right.
the one
Did
that
they
went off.
win?
But
Right.
but that they won. They went off at
They
midnight.
They
and I
won
tried
with
to
a
go to
field
sleep.
goal with 8
Okay.
seconds left
Yeah.
on
Not
on.
a good thought.
Second week in a row they won with a
Yes,
field goal.
they
left.
have.
Okay, well, before we go to the risks of brain health, let me ask you this question now.
The whole time.
You guys probably know all this, but people on the outside, how many times have they been told 7 tricks to doing this, or 8 tricks to having good digestion, or 7 tricks to brain health? How often do they remember a year later? Not often, right? So we don't want to waste our time teaching them something that they're not going to remember, because after all, I took my time. I could have slept late. I took a shower, came here. So I want to make my time worthwhile. So I'm going to give you a little picture painting that'll help you remember all these 5 pillars very nicely. Are you guys ready for this? Okay, well, I call it Paul's perfect ping pong potluck party. Okay? just potluck party, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to incorporate all the 5 pillars in it, and that'll help you remember not just now, but forever. Okay? So I want you all to come to my house, and we'll play ping pong. And don't tell me you don't know how to play ping pong, because I have a robot that'll teach you how to play ping pong. So you're going to learn something. Okay? And when you come to my house, there's going to be more than one person, so you're going to get socially engaged. Okay? And since it's a potluck, I want you to bring something brain healthy. Okay? So that's going to nourish your brain. And since it's a ping pong party, you're going to exercise, because I'm going to make you move. And when you miss that ball, we're all going to laugh. And that's going to reduce stress and relax. So that's my perfect ping pong party. And I want you to make your own little party, a dance party, or some kind of potluck party that incorporates all those 5 skills, so that they never forget it for the rest of their life.
There you go.
It's a good idea.
All right?
Good.
And that's my presentation. I could go on with the other stuff, but I think
No, you got it, man.
You got
I
it.
think he passes, doesn't he?
Huh?
Should we take a vote on whether he
2
passes?
thumbs
yeah,
up.
please, I'll go outside. But I want you.
No, no.
Let's go outside, we can
I
discuss
want
it.
you to give me some critique, because again, I'm hungry for that. And